The HEROES Act is now in the hands of the Senate. How is that going to affect or help the immigration community? Is there really going to be another stimulus check that goes out? Will it even pass? And if it does pass, when is that going to happen? Those are the items that are going to be talked about in this video. Hi, I'm Andrea Shev, and I'm the managing attorney of Shev Law Group in Los Angeles, California. I've been an immigration attorney for over 17 years, and I put together all these videos to give you really insightful, straightforward, easy to understand information about all types of immigration issues. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to even like the video, and don't forget to also hit that bell so you're notified next time a new video comes out. Let's talk about the HEROES Act. It's a $3 trillion stimulus package that was put together that passed the House by a slim margin. It's 1,800 pages. Now, when it passed the House in May, the Senate came out right away and said it is dead in the water. There's no way that the Senate's going to pass this HEROES Act. So what happened? It kind of sat there for a while, but believe it or not, yesterday when it reconvened the Senate, on June 1st, it actually took it up. It actually went in and started looking at the HEROES Act to see what kind of provisions we can keep, which ones can we maybe modify, to see if we can get something through that will help with what's going on with COVID-19 and the economy. We're really hopeful that it's going to end up going through, or some sort of it's going to go through. But with all those provisions, 1,800 pages of them, we're hoping that some of them actually make it through the Senate. Now, how is that going to affect the immigration community? Well, there's some key provisions in there that are fabulous with regard to the immigration community, especially ones that I've been screaming about since this whole COVID-19 started. The one that I'm the most excited about is the one that would allow for an automatic extension of status for people that were here legally when COVID-19 happened. And they couldn't either leave the country, they got laid off or furloughed, so they were in this limbo period, and they kind of are stuck because they don't know what to do. So this would allow basically for an automatic extension of those individual statuses during this pandemic. And it would allow them, when the pandemic's over, to kind of pick up where they left off when it all started. That would be a fabulous, terrific, and really, really essential thing for the immigration community if that goes through. Another one is about oath ceremonies and getting kind of creative within the oath ceremony category and allowing possibly for remote oath ceremonies to take place. They have started doing very small ones, but this would allow for a much larger group of people to naturalize and still keep the social distancing that were required under COVID-19. So those are two real biggies. The other ones in there clearly are really important also, about frontline workers, the physicians and the nurses out there that are working, scientists, professors that are heavily involved in COVID-19, some DACA people that are actually trying to be protected under this act to continue working at the front lines during COVID-19. So there's some really critical and essential provisions in there that I'm crossing my fingers, I'm sure along with you guys, that actually get through the Senate and hit the final bill that will come out hopefully very soon. Now, what about that stimulus check? Now, the big difference in the stimulus check in the HEROES Act is that it will allow for people with just ITIN numbers, tax identification numbers, to apply for actually the stimulus check and actually qualify. Because in the previous acts, it was only people that had social security numbers that were able to get those stimulus checks. Now in the HEROES Act, they've added a provision, if you have an ITIN number, you can also get a stimulus check. So it's really critical, really important that this act actually gets through. Of course, in this video, I can't go through all 1,800 pages of provisions, so I wanted to pick out the few that are really important, and especially to the immigration community right now. Now, will it pass? That's really something up in the air. Considering that the Senate right away came a knee-jerk reaction when it passed the House, that it was dead in the water, not going to pass, not going to happen, we're slightly hopeful that it will happen. I'm hopeful that at least some of the provisions that are really key and important get through. Now, maybe not all of the provisions, not 1,800 pages of provisions will get through, but we can cross our fingers that hopefully the Senate and the House can come together for the sake of the community, for sake of the country, for sake of the economy of the country, and really pick out the really important ones and get those through ASAP. Taking me to my last question is, when, if it does pass, when will it pass? Well, it's in the hands of the Senate right now, which they reconvened yesterday, June 1st, and we're hoping that they can get it together quickly so we can get it passed as soon as possible, because every day, as we all know, every day that goes by is another day that a lot of people need those stimulus checks. They need to get back to work. They need to feel at least secure, like the immigration community. If I'm sitting here and I'm in limbo, I want something to make me feel like I'm not doing something wrong, at least during this crazy, crazy, crazy time we have right now during COVID-19. So hopefully sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, that's the only thing I can say right now with the information we have, but we can always cross our fingers. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it gave you some perspective of where we are with the HEROES Act and the stimulus checks, and I hope to see you next time on the next video. If you like it, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell, make sure you like it, make sure you give me some comments below and some ideas of maybe some other videos, some other things you want to hear about, or just comments on how you feel about the HEROES Act and if it's going to pass and what should pass and what shouldn't pass. Stay safe, stay healthy, and look forward to talking to you next time.